Quick shout out to my Patreons who keep this channel going. You can join my Patreon down in the description below. What's guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are reacting to the 8th episode of Symphogear AXZ, or Season 4, however you want to call it. This one's titled Between the Past and the Future. Who's past, who's future? The Illuminatis. One of our characters. Could be anyone. I mean, it doesn't really matter. We will know by the end of the episode anyway, which one we're referring to there. So yeah, straight off the back of the last one, it's nice to be back into recording and such. So one of the interesting things about last episode was we literally started the episode with Saint-Germain talking about how they're not being sacrificed, these people were harvesting the life energy of, they're just using them to a better cause, or something along those lines. I forget the actual line, but specifically, it's not sacrificing them. And then Adam, right at the end, is like, hey, Saint-Germain, I want you to sacrifice one of them. It's like, when your boss tells you to sacrifice someone, you're like, but I thought this wasn't sacrificing. No, it straight up is. And again, it's just driving that wedge between Adam and the three alchemists. Like, they very clearly are working towards the same thing, but have very different reasonings and morals behind it. Like, we understand Saint-Germain's because of the unfairness that she's experienced in her life, in the glimpse of the backstory we've had, which I wouldn't be surprised if Adam is somehow responsible for later down the line, maybe in some unclear way. I'm not sure how he would be, but you never know. It often will come down to wrapping around like that, but it is these three alchemists, Tiki and Adam. Tiki is obviously with Adam. Tiki is, like, fully devoted to Adam, probably because she is, like, an auto-scorer as opposed to an alchemist. She's probably been created in a way to be affectionate to Adam, and is probably Adam's creation, just straight up. Whereas these three, Prelati and Cagliostro, are very much tied to Saint-Germain, and hence why Saint-Germain's not really willing to sacrifice either of them either. It's very much kind of like similar to Shirabe, Kirika, and Maria. Shirabe and Kirika were very much with Maria, but not necessarily with Mum and Ver and everything that happened there. Like, they swore their allegiance to Maria more than they did to the others. It was Maria that was taking the shots and wasn't necessarily working against them, but was making decisions to hopefully be better for all of them. Saint-Germain, Prelati, and Cagliostro, kind of similar things happening here. Although, well, who's going to be sacrificed, we're not sure. I think it kind of has to be Cagliostro, unless Prelati somehow survived that ending. They kind of left it ambiguous there. She kind of just went off into the water and exploded. We saw nothing of her after that. So either she's just been straight up killed, which seems like a very anticlimactic kill, or she is going along alive right now. I guess Adam and Saint-Germain don't actually know the results of this battle yet, when the conversation to be sacrificed happens, so I guess we'll see what happens. But importantly, they do not know about the Full Stone, which is just such a great name for it. The piece of Wastemaster that came out of Hibiki when she fused and had got that scar. It's a nice callback to that, because I kind of forgot that even happened, to be honest. But it's a nice callback. Nice to know that there is some power that can be harnessed from that, and can then be, light just went really dark as the sun disappeared, that can be used to counter the Philosopher's Stone and allow us to use Dying Slave and our Ignite modules, because we really do need them, otherwise we're not going to be able to stand up to these alchemists straight up. Well, kind of. But they don't know we were searching for that. If this was Season 3 and Carol will of course know of it, but they don't have that. They don't have that mole inside of Song to use in that way. But yeah, we're still searching for Full Stone. We haven't actually found it yet, but we were in the process of searching for it as we were attacked. So attack fan is off. We can go back to finding it. I assume we find it this episode, and then we start using it to good effect, I guess, and seeing what Saint-Germain decides to do, because Hibiki is trying to get through to Saint-Germain. It's not working just yet, although I think Saint-Germain is questioning especially with this sacrifice, she's questioning Adam more and more and more and more, I'd have thought. Whether that means she's going to team up with us against Adam, I don't know. But Adam is the big bad, not these three alchemists. These three alchemists are just kind of like, they're being used by Adam, I think is the best way to put it. That's how it seems to me so far. And what Adam actually wants with the Lunar Ruins, I guess we'll see. But they're saying they want the power of the gods in order to get there and do this, so maybe he's just content with having that, and he doesn't necessarily want to get rid of the Curse of Belial, unless he intends to break it down and go after God and claim that goddom for himself. I don't know. Could be anything, really. But I'm going to leave it at that, because there's so much speculation that really I could be here all day doing it, and I want to watch the episode. I want to get into it. Again, I want to watch more. I've not watched Symphogear in so goddamn long. I want to watch more again. So, as per usual, here on the channel, we do timer-based format reactions. So, bottom left of the screen, you will see a timer for the episode. I will count you down 3, 2, 1, play, and then on play, you're going to start the episode. I'll start the episode, and we should be perfectly in sync. Obviously, no video or audio from the original will be shown on the channel because that is copyright. I do not own the rights to the anime itself, so I can't show any of the anime itself on YouTube. Obviously, it gets struck down, and goodbye channel. But if you want to see the picture-in-picture version, so me and the anime on the screen at the same time, you can go to Patreon down in the description below. £4 a month gets you access to all the picture-in-picture stuff I have on the channel, so you can go through my entire backlog and see what I have. Everything on Patreon is filtered, so you can search through tags as to what shows I've done and how many episodes of those shows I've done, etc., etc. That would be the best way to see most of my Symphogear stuff, because I think every single Symphogear ends up getting picture-in-picture version. I think. I'd have to double check on that, but I think most of the season ends up being that way since I started this, so go check those out if you want to catch back up with where I'm at in Season 4, or just all through every single season if you're kind of new to us. But, yeah. Like I said, timer-based format here. I'll help you sync up. Unfortunately, with my new headphones, my little headphone trick for syncing up doesn't necessarily work. The mic should still work. A bit of screen flash on my face should still work, especially when it gets dark like this, when the sun decides to disappear out of nowhere. That should help you sync it up a bit. But my foolproof headphone way kind of disappeared because I've got these new headphones. But what can you do? Anyway, with all that said, let's get into episode number 8 of Symphogear, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, play. Dredging things up. My headphones even on? I think they disconnected. There we go. I got the volume again. Yeah. Hey, we found it. Oh no. No, at least we got it. Yep. Oh, it's gonna stick here, Vicky. You're not getting rid of that name now. No be time. By shedding many tears, the reality you face is... I wonder if that's a Saint-Germain thing. Because she shed many tears in her life, but the reality you face is what we're gonna find out, I guess, maybe? I mean, it can apply to every character, really, couldn't it? Alright. Well, yeah. Mm-hmm. Foreign Affairs Ministry? Ah, okay. Hmm. Doesn't want to face it. Yeah. Had to make the choice. She did the right thing, though. It's still the right thing to do. Hmm. So this is going to be a Chris episode, okay? Oh, hello. Okay. Wait, you're going to be able to use it? I mean, got a point. We've still got... What is it? So like 4 or 5 more episodes to get there. Tiki. Repairing. Prepare the altar ritual, yeah. Sacrifice is needed. Hmm. How much do you have to start with? She overheard it. Oh wait, that's not Tiki, that's Pralasi, you're right. The brains. So she did survive. She's on the path of vengeance, alright. Training time! Oh, here we go. Here we go. It's been a while. Gendra is still such a badass. Fight like you mean it or you're gonna lose. That's a good question. Is he actually human? Yeah. He can handle you one-on-one, but can he handle all of you at the same time? Uh-oh, Sebastian's aroused. God, Genji is such a badass. Oh. Amazing. Incredible. That's true. Holy shit. He's not human, right? There's got to be something with him. Surely. Yeah, it doesn't suddenly mean you're gonna insta-win. That's the warmer. Oh boy, he's playing his mixtape. Oh, we don't get to hear his mixtape. 7 planets. Okay. Ritual of creation. Okay. Whoa. This has got very demonic. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's true. Oh. How are we gonna fight dirty? Oh, we are ending up going in the end, are we? Ooh, here we go. Nice. It's kind of important they don't look too different. They're off to the, yeah. Hmm. That's good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Someone had to. Yeah, it wasn't, but he lashed out anyway. But she did the same thing to you. In the... They said they were gonna fight dirty. Mm-hmm. Whoa. Okay. Yeah. Here we go, full transformation. I don't think it's gonna be any different now that we've got full stone, but it's just nice to see the full activation again. This is a nice touch for the season as well, how they've got like a digital readout display of which gear they're using. I think it's a nice little touch they've added in these versions. Oh. Does anyone notice it? Oh, fighting dirty, does that mean taking a hostage? And there she is. Mm-hmm. Except playing dirty. Mm-hmm. Whoa. Oh. If she shot, she would have shot at the building and probably destroyed the building. Oof. It's not that easy. Hey, here we go. Group together. Hey, remember the training, you gotta fight together now. Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh, we're being put into... Right. I forgot this is a thing. The, like, what they call, like, subspaces? Hmm. Hmm. But they've been training to synchronize, so... Didn't want to jump. Oh. Oh. Damn meaty hits. Hmm. Back inside the building. Where are they? He's stuck. I mean, you could have just put him on your back and ran. That would have been the desperation thing to do. Oh boy. Holy shit. Nice buying of time. That's true. Hmm. That's very true. That's very, very true. It's damn good. He's standing on his new leg, but fuck, it's painful. Good kid, good kid. Very true. Gotta get on with it. Nope. Not yet. Back to training. What combo we got here? What we got here? Whoa. Oh, hello. Ignite with full stone. God, with the glow around it looks so good. No such thing as a person with no regrets. So true. We'll just... These lyrics are fucking amazing. Yep. Training paid off. He knew it was gonna happen. Mm-hmm. Very much on the defensive now, aren't you? Oh. Alright, Gandalf. Oh. Holy shit, what is this? Oh my god. Holy shit, oh my god. This is fucking amazing. This is not an episode 8 thing, this feels like an episode 12 thing. Holy shit. Hey, get some cover, you idiots! I get the point, but get in the cover, please. Holy shit. Whoa. Whoa. Well, there go the spaces. Mm-hmm. So is that Cagliostro done? I mean, they gave the old white fade, so... I've got a horror feeling. Okay, no. She said she was going to play dirty. I really thought she was going to be... Okay, but no, she's done. I think she's done. Oof. Yeah, they know. They know she's dead. Which leaves only one option. Yeah. I mean... She's so happy about it. Well... Oh, that's a line. Can't open the doors to heaven with kindness. So you gotta bash the door down. And again, the ED every time works so well in transition. I love it. I think this might be my favorite ED of the show, just because it fits every episode so perfectly. Might not be the best song to me, like I'd put on my playlist, but it just fits the show too well. God, that was a fucking good episode. That was such a good episode. Holy cow. Favorite of season 4? Possibly. I mean, we're building up towards the finale here, but... So Cagliostro's gone. Prelati about to be sacrificed. Chris's backstory mostly resolved, I think. Not sure there's much more to go over there. The song being called Futurism. Makes sense now, right? And no after credits. God damn, that was a good episode. Holy cow. That might be my favorite episode. That genuinely might be my favorite episode of season 4 now. That was so good. Chris's backstory coming full circle, the full stone being used for the first time, the battle with Cagliostro. Yeah, that was fantastic. Genjiro getting them ready for the fact that they're probably going to split you up because that's all they know. See, Genjiro is... I'm curious about him. Like, I don't know if we're ever going to get to that point because I don't know if we'll ever get to it this season or if we'll even get to it in season 5. I really think like there's something more to him because he's not a normal human. He just can't be. Then again, Ogawa... Then again, like, raise the question about Ogawa as well, right? Because, like, I mean, he's a ninja. He's straight up a ninja. So, are these just extremely well-trained people, or have they got, like, a secret history as well? There's probably, like, theories and stuff about that. Like, I think by the time I finish season 5, there's probably gonna be like, well, there's some people who think, like, maybe they were original alchemists as well, or blah, 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 blah. Like, or that they were, like, some of the first experiments with Symphogear, realistically, but they couldn't take to it because of whatever reason. So, they got some, like, different aspect of it, but not the actual, like, Symphogear affinity. I don't know. I feel like there's something more to them because they're just so out there ridiculous in what they're capable of, but it just makes them kind of more interesting by that fact, so I'm not going to complain about it. But yeah, fantastic episode. Absolutely fantastic episode. Like I said, favorite of season 4 so far, I think. Well... What does Sancho-Man do now? What can she do now? Like, she's already being prepared for the ritual, which I assume is probably going to consume her in some way. Or she becomes the power of God that Adam wields, in which case it might backfire on him, because he might not have full control over her like he thinks. Who knows? But the ritual very clearly requires her as well. Unless these were just temporary measures to get it started whilst she made the decision on who to sacrifice. Don't know. Not quite sure what her role is in this yet. But yeah, I don't think Sanji-Man could stop Adam from doing this. It would also go against everything she's tried to do, so she'd have to sacrifice and betray one of the ones that put her faith in her in order to achieve her own goal, which she, I don't think, is happy to do at all. I don't think... What does she do? Like, does she still go along with it even after that? Or does she start to cave in? Because will she be more receptive to Hibiki's attempts at diplomacy now that it's very clearly not going the way she thought it was going to? And she's starting to realize, really, she's not the driving force behind all of this. It's Adam. And Adam does not have the same noble intentions, perhaps. Let me just go back over those lines at the end there. Stand to gain divine power on par with that of the old oppressor. So we're not taking the old oppressor's power, but we're standing to gain similar levels. And then can't open doors to heaven with kindness. So I'm guessing he's on about opening doors to heaven. I assume he's not trying to get to God in that sense. I think he's trying to get to the powers of a god. So you have to step to the heavens to get that power. Because that power can only be bestowed by the heavens, I guess. I don't think he's after God. At least you can interpret it both ways, I guess. Open the doors to heaven. You get rid of the curse of allow to communicate with God again and approach God. That was Fine's approach, right? Blast the curse down and get to God. Is Adam trying to get to God as well, or does he just want the powers of a god to replace the old oppressor? Just keep the curse of allow intact, because whilst the curse of allow is intact, God can't influence the world, but the world can't influence God either, so it's just a straight, like, block. But if he gets the power of a god, he can become the god of this world and usurp it from the old oppressor, forcing him to take down his own curse if he wanted to interfere. That'd be kind of interesting. Force God to remove the curse of his own accord just to stop another god from usurping his creation. Could be kind of interesting. I don't know how much God would necessarily care about that. And it's not really clear if God has any influence on this world anymore. Or even wants any influence, so... I just like that idea. I like the idea of trying to rival the gods and usurp the gods and forcing them into action. It's something that I'm very interested in D&D as well, because in D&D you have a lot of mythology and the pantheons, and there's a lot of religion in D&D inherently, and a lot of storylines can ultimately stem from that. I mean, we kind of saw that with Critical Role's Campaign 1, a bit of it in Campaign 2 as well, of course. Campaign 3 looks like it's going that way as well, based on what I've seen so far. But yeah, I love the idea of D&D, and I'm kind of doing it in my own campaign to an extent of having gods having to act not because they want to, but because they have to. I like that idea in storytelling, so it makes for an epic storyline, in my opinion, so I don't think Symphogear is necessarily going to go with that, but I guess we'll see. We still don't know what Adam wants, so we know so little about Adam. I feel like the next couple of episodes are going to have to be focused around what Adam's ultimately wanting eventually. Like, the final 3 episodes will be very clear as to what Adam wants, but we're going to have to start building up Adam here very soon, because we're kind of running out of the other antagonists, technically. I mean, Kagurashi's gone, Pilates about to be gone, because I don't think Saint-Germain can stop Adam. So we're running out of characters for Symphogear to have to interact with, so I guess we'll see what ends up happening, but that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed that one as per usual. Leave a like if you did, as well as your comments what you thought of the episode. You guys are always great on comments when it comes to Symphogear. I'm going to be recording episode 9 as well here, just so I have a bit of a backlog. So I won't be addressing these comments in the next one. I'll be addressing them in episode 10, I guess it would be, probably by the time we get around to this one. So, or maybe not even episode 10, it might even be further, because I'm trying to get a backlog here, but I will address your comments, and I do read them all, and I'll put heart reacts on ones that I particularly enjoy and have read through, and I try to interact with as many comments as I can. Whilst I'm still a small channel, interacting with people is a very good idea. But of course, there's also the Discord if you want to talk on Discord about Symphogear stuff, because that allows more long-form and quicker responses and discussions about the show, so that option is also there. But thank you everyone for watching. Subscribe to see future episodes of this. I'm hoping to do these in a bit of a pattern so we can catch up with Season 4 by the end of the month. Whether we'll actually finish it by the end of the month, well, I'll have it all recorded at least. Whether it'll be all published is another matter, because I've still got to get through World Tree and Log Horizon, but we'll get to that as we do. So thank you everyone for watching. Until next time, see you guys later.